Hello, hi kids, hi everyone out there. How are you doing? Hope you are great. All right, stay on the matter of fractions. Fractions. I will be looking at a very good one this morning, reducing fractions to their lowest terms. Reducing fractions to their lowest terms. Just in a way to refresh our memory to make a very quick recap, we said fractions are part of an object, part of objects. Fractions are not the complete object, but part of them. And so fractions are of different types, but to your basic level, fractions are of three types: the proper fraction, the improper fraction, the mixed fraction. And I remember I also said that mixed fractions can be turned into improper fractions, and also improper fractions can be turned into mixed fractions. So this morning, I'm just going to be showing to you how fractions can be reduced. Now, what kind of fractions can be reduced? The proper fractions can be reduced to their lowest terms. Also, the improper fraction can also be reduced to their lowest term before turning it into mixed fraction. So whenever you solve a particular problem and your quotient, your answer is in an improper fraction way, all you need to do, you check if these fractions can be reduced. If the fractions can be reduced, you reduce before turning into mixed fractions. So I'm going to be taking practical examples and I would love you to follow me. First of all, I'll take an example where we are asked to change, rather reduce, please reduce 3 over 6 to its lowest term. 3 over 6 to its lowest term. Remember, 3 over 6 is a proper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is less than the denominator. A proper fraction is that kind of fraction where your numerator is less, is smaller than the denominator. So now, when you are reducing fractions, all you need to check out for, you check out if there is any number that can divide the numerator and that can also divide the denominator without a remainder. What I'm saying is this: you check if there is a common factor. Remember, a factor means a number that can divide another number without leaving any remainder. A factor is a number that can divide another number without leaving any remainder. So you check, is there any factor that can divide this and also divide the denominator? Remember, any number you are using for the numerator, same number should be able to divide the denominator. I think I need to eat this very well. Any number you are using for the numerator, any number you are using to divide the numerator, that number should have the same power to divide the denominator. Now, what are the factors of 3? 1 is a factor of 3. 2 is not a factor of 3. 3 is a factor of itself because 3 is a prime number. Now, 3 just have 2 factors. It means 1 can go into 3, 3 can go into itself. Now, let's check 6. I just said 1 can go into 3, 3 can go into itself. Now, let's check 6. What can divide 6 without leaving a remainder? 1 can go into 6, 2 can go into 6, 3 can go into 6 without leaving a remainder, 6 can go into itself. At the end of it, what is the highest common factor? Meanwhile, the common factors here are 1 and 3. 1, 1, 3, 3. Right? So the highest common factor here is 3. It means 3 can go into 3 and 3 can go into 6 without leaving a remainder. So we now have 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. At the end of it all, 3 divided by 6 can be reduced to 1 over 2. Now, this is what I did. I check out for a number that can go into 3 without a remainder. As such, that number should be able to go into 6 without a remainder. So how did I know the number? I found out the factors of both numbers. I found out the factors of 3, found out the factors of 6, which are these. Then I check for the common factor. Common factor means what is in this factor that's also here in these factors. So 1 and 3 were common. So I brought them out and I got the highest common factor. By this highest common factor, I can reduce these numbers to their lowest terms. I'm going to do another example, then probably that will give you a better comprehension. All right, so we have example 2. And says reduce 40 over 12 to its lowest term. 40 over 12 to its lowest term. Like I said, the first thing you need to do is to find the factors of 40. Factors of 40, so let's just write it out. How do you find factors of 40? You check out for numbers that can be multiplied together that will give you 40. Numbers that can be multiplied together that will give you 40. You don't really have to count. So 1 times 40 will give me 40. So 1 is a factor. 2 times 20 will give me 40. 2 is a factor. 3 times nothing will give me 40. So means 3 is not a factor. Because nothing can multiply by 3 to give me 40. 4 times 10, 40. 5 times 8, 40. Nothing can be multiplied by 6 to give me 40. 8 times 5, 40. 10 times 4, then 20 times 2, then 40 times 1. Same thing goes for 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, 4 times 3, 6 times 2, 12 times 1. The common factors here are 1, 2, 4. Then the highest common factor becomes 4. Now, the reason why you have to check out for the highest common factor is because you really don't need to use a random factor. You don't just pick any factor because 2 can go into 40 and 2 can also go into 12. Let me use 2. By the time you use 2, your fraction will still be reducible. What I mean by reducible, it means your fraction will still be big such that you still need to reduce it more. Your fraction will still be big such that you still need to reduce it more. So you will think that you have actually reduced and then you leave your answer, which is going to be wrong. So you must ensure you check out for the highest factor that can go into the numerator and that can also divide the denominator. So just before I continue, if you're having issue with highest common factor, if you're having issue on how to find factors of a number, how to find the highest common factor of a pair of number or a set of number, you should drop it as a comment in this. When you see this video, drop it as a comment in the comment section. Just say, please, I will need you to teach highest common factor. I will need you to show me how to find highest common factor. This will bring us back because you will always need this. You see, mathematics is not something you learn and know and discard. No, mathematics is something you learn, you use again and again and again. You learn to use. You learn math to use. So you don't feel like I have learned this before, let me throw it away. I'm going to learn something. No, what you have learned before is going to enhance today's learning. So this now is already an enhancement to this topic. We're already using this knowledge to solve this topic. So if you're having issue with this, just drop it as a comment and we'll see how we can come over this someday. All right, so our highest common factor is 4. It means 4 can go into 40, then 4 can also go into 12. 40 divided by 4 is 10. 12 divided by 4 is 3. This is still an improper fraction. It is still an improper fraction. Like I said to you, reducing improper fraction does not mean you have got it to the last part of your working. Anytime you see an improper fraction, you must turn that improper fraction to mixed fraction. But before you turn to mixed fraction, you can also check if that fraction is reducible. Now it was reducible to us, that is why we reduced to this level. Right now it is not reducible, so we have to turn to what? Mixed fraction. So to mixed fraction, we are going to have 3 into 10 is 3 remainder 1. It will go 3 times remainder 1. The ability for it to go 3 times is the whole number. The remainder is the numerator and your denominator remains the same. All right, this was our emphasis in the last video that was posted. So, friends, I love you to go through this video. You have a difficulty, please do well to ask questions. We are there to answer your question. And then do not consume this knowledge, just share to your friends, share to your classmates, share to everyone around. It is useful at all levels, at all grades, even up to grade 9. Right now it's very useful. Even up to SS3, you still need an idea of how to make use of reduction of fractions. So share, let your friends see this video, and as you do, have that affirmation always that you can always be the best, and of course you are the best. See you some other time. Bye.